Good day everybody, and welcome to Uganda and Kampala Road. I thought I would just give a bit of an update of where I am, and a more positive video than my last few, and it won't be very long either. So I put, from the last overview, I put a bit of platform length in the secondary through station, which is what we're looking at now. And that's a very old super quick kit that's followed me around the world and is looking a little bit derelict. Windows missing, etc, etc. But it does a job for a moment. So what I've been doing is, and the good news is, I've got quite a few locos working. Those two definitely. And the 108 is doing a good sterling work on a wobbly branch line. Just down here, I've got my favourite loco. My dirty old large logo 47. I went on the House website, no spare parts, no pickups, that sort of thing, so I decided to pull the thing to pieces and try to get it going. Got pretty good results, and she's okay, but she does need new pickups. Last 50 no problems, so yeah, I'm pleased with that. 33 working fine. Done a couple of changes up on the branch line. I wanted to, originally I only had one line coming in, branching off from the branch line into a little station, and that's the station there. Get this out of the way. And as you can see, I've put a secondary line in from the top. And now I can park 2 DMUs in this area, which is good. And I've got a little bubble car working as well, which I'm very fond of. It's a little Hornby X Lima mould, I think, very, very similar to the 117 behind it. So servicing this branch line, I've got 121 bubble car, the 117 and the 108. I've also got a Helgen parcel DMU thingy, which I haven't got out of the box yet, but yeah, I'm pleased with that. Got it working anyway. Swinging over here, I've been doing a bit of experimenting on the baluster, and I was in Cape Town a couple of weeks ago on business, and I went into a local model shop there, a really odd model shop. It was one of those really old ones, a lot of character about them. Didn't sell anything I really recognised, to be honest with you, and it looked like when a guy couldn't sell a kit, he'd build it and hang it from the ceiling, or if it was a ship, he would put it on the wall, on the shelf. But it was a really, really good little model shop. And I bought some ballast, which I wanted a darker, older looking colour for the branch line. I don't know if you can see it, but that's it. It looks like Brighton Beach, doesn't it? Well, I quite like it, and I'm going to use it on the branch line and keep the lighter grey stuff for the main line. But I like that. It's not too bad. Not too bad at all. Swinging around here, I've been experimenting with point motors. Good and bad news. Around here, I had 2 of these. I'm sure some people recognise that. Set in focus, yeah. Lens accessory decoder, which has 6 decoders on it. Brilliant bits of kit. You can program them in situ. You don't have to put them in the on the programming track, and they are wired into my power bus for accessories, which is the blue and yellow line. Naturally, with my state of affairs, this doesn't work, nor does the second one, so I assume it didn't really travel well when it came from the far side of the world. So that was a bit of a downer. So I got one of these. Sorry, the light's in the way. Hornby digital one, which is a good bit of kit for the normal type point motors. But you do have to program it on the programming track. You can't do it from in situ if it goes wrong. And as you can see from the spaghetti junction, I've wired up 4 sets of points. The other downside of this is it takes the power from the power bus, the digital power bus, not the accessory power bus. So I didn't want that, whereas the lens takes the power from the accessory power bus, and then the signal from the digital. So that comes from an accessory power bus, 1M, and then it takes a digital signal from your normal digital power bus. So it doesn't interfere with the power, basically, that runs the train. This one, so I've put in 4-point motors. These are temporary at the moment because I bought these many years ago, these point motors, and again they're suffering from corrosion, which is my big problem. I'll let this train go past. And they're not reliable. I would say about 80% reliable. That one I'm looking at, which is on the most important turnout I've got, that leads into the station. Here, this is one of those Pico surface mounted points, which is up there. Let's go out a bit and you can see the light's in the wrong angle. I'll just change position. Okay, yeah, she's works okay. Now I'll have to ballast around it now to hide it. But yes, I've put 4-point motors in. That's a new one. The other 3 are like the old traditional solenoid type. There's one under there. Those 2 sort of have reliability problems, and I've looked at them, and I think they have some internal corrosion from their trip. And I've got 20 of them, all in the same condition. So I'm a bit cheesed off. But there you go, that's life. But they will be surface ones because I'll hide those with the retaining wall, which will go on either side of where the main line is going from the station. Another little bit of detailing down here. Little bit anyway. I've got a whole heap of these things. And guess what? They're all rotten. I put 2 in here, and that's about as far as I can get. 1 red light working. The wiring, I've taken them apart. The wiring is corroded inside, and they are useless, basically. So, a normal story. And what I found amazing, excuse me, oh I get it. Oh, sorry about that. Was these things. These are also completely rotten. As you can see, I've cleaned a bit of corrosion off them, but the handles and the levers are stuck and absolutely useless. Yeah, they're all, and the inputs here are broken, fall apart. And these are 10 quid each on eBay. I couldn't believe the price. £8 each from Liverpool, but if you go on eBay, $9.99. And then it's just not worth it. Absolute rubbish. But, and a shout out to a YouTuber I watch, New Junction, and thank you to him. He has uploaded a video, and it's well worth looking at, about infrared sensors that you put underneath the track and connect to your light signal, and off you go. Now, why I'm mentioning that is an infrared unit for a 2-aspect signal is £12.50, I think. And that's infrared. You plug it in, has a wiring diagram, it's a PCB that you wire up to your accessory or your bus or which power bus, whatever. £12.50. And this bit of plastic is 10 quid. There you go. eBay. Well, I have to be careful with eBay because I don't get VAT off. Which makes things on eBay very expensive for me. If I get VAT off buying from retailers, it's much better. Did a bit of a, this is called a barrow crossing, I found out. So I've made it out of matches and painted it brown, and my non-working Intercity 125 there, in disgrace I have to say. I've pulled it apart many times. I just cannot get it to run reliably. So I've come up with a plan, which I'll explain in a minute. Behind it there is my newish, it's brand new out of the box, but it's 10 years old or something like that, Intercity 125 with a rake of old Lima Mark IIIs, which I really like. A lot of character. There's the two buffet cars side by side. That's the new Hornby offering, and that's the sort of 20-year-old Lima offering. They must have extra chip fryers in there or something nowadays, or the old days they had chip fryers and then they're not allowed them now. I don't know. I think they're about that same age, weren't they? Anyway, there she is in the station, Kampala Road. And she does all right, but again I had a few problems with her when she started. I put a lens silver in it. I had a few problems. It had a pre-fitted DCC chip. I don't seem to be having much luck, to be honest with you, with these things. Anyway, persevere and carry on. Quite a few of these station overrooms. I've got 5. I'm debating whether to put them up or not. If I did, I would paint this grey. I'm not sure the realism of them, but also for me, in the track cleaning stakes, it would cause huge problems because I clean the track every day with the rubber. If I don't do that, I get major issues. So part of me wants the roof on to make it look more like a terminus, but the lazy part of me is saying, oh my god, what do I do when I have to clean? So, yeah, the good news is I've got some trains working. You can see a couple going up here. There's class 47 coming down. That is a Vitrains train. And I'll just move inside the centre again.